Welcome back to Football Kings. I'm Kingsley and I'm with my brother Andrew. And on this episode of our podcast, we'll be talking about the Euros. We're
Euro.
catching you up on all the expectations that we had, some of the disappointing moments that happened so far,
So
and some
disappointing.
of the surprising moments.
Yeah,
Some people that we thought were done came back and surprised us,
yeah.
aka N'Golo
Kante.
Kante,
Yeah,
shocking us in these Euros.
hmm.
But let's start from the most recent game that ended. Let's start from Portugal, Czech. Um, we saw the GOAT, some people's GOAT, as I like to say, Ronaldo. We saw him perform. We watched the game.
Yeah.
They were losing. They came back.
Came back.
They
Yeah,
won.
yeah,
I have one question in my mind,
yeah,
right? Before we talk about the obvious GOAT, Ronaldo, I have one question in my mind. Portugal as a team,
yeah.
are they a good team, or is Czech Republic wait, or is Czech Republic just better than we expected? Because what
Uh,
the hell was
I
that
think I
game?
no no no. It's actually both points. I think people underestimate Czech Republic in the
Hmm.
sense that they don't look at the players they have. Right?
Yeah,
They have Czech as their
so
captain.
Czech.
They have a for nouns on the others on
Yeah,
the right hand side. They have good players and good clubs in Europe.
yeah,
What are we
yeah.
saying? Are you going to brush them aside? Check
Exactly.
Portugal has a good team. Don't get me
A
wrong, but
strong
they
team.
have a strong team.
Hmm.
But you can't just over. You can't. I don't think there is side that you can walk over. Right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
In most of the groups, if you put check, they would come out safely. Right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. That's definitely correct because I saw how Portugal struggled, tried to break them down in that game,
yeah,
but it was so difficult, very
yeah,
difficult for them.
yeah.
But some people now are saying Ronaldo ghosted in the game. Ronaldo is a ghost. Where is Ronaldo?
Has anyone seen
Where is
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo? But let's have this debate. Let's talk
Yeah,
about it. Let's talk
yeah,
about it. Let's talk about Ronaldo in this team.
yeah.
Should Ronaldo be starting in this team? Should Ronaldo not start in this team?
Starting. I think it's a difficult one because if you look at it, every manager like you come in, there's
Yeah.
that he's a big character, right? To put
Yes.
Ronaldo on the bench in your
Mm-hmm.
first game. You know this Roberto Martinez first game as coach. Okay, no, like in a tournament for Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
Quite all right. He was coach of Belgium for a very long time. But
Yes.
now his first like official game that he could win a trophy,
Game.
right?
Exactly.
You now bench the goat,
The goat.
right? But
Some people's goat.
some people's goat. So like, before Messi fans now will get angry that we're saying
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo is the goat. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, some people's goat. But at the same time, look
Mm-hmm.
at it critically. People will ask,
Yeah.
who are you going to start? Right? But they have
But they have Pedro Neto.
which they could have started, right? And probably done better.
Yeah.
You get they also have this Liverpool player Jota.
Jota.
They
Yeah.
could have used Jota. Just throw
Mm.
Jota in the front. Jota is so creative. He has speed. I saw in that game where just sometimes that Ronaldo was like you see that 40-year-old man in him. He's
Yes.
trying. Oga is trying. He's running, but no
It's
strength.
hard to it's hard to keep up.
40 at 40 you're trying to no. So part of some of the breakdowns they were having,
Yeah.
I won't blame it on Ronaldo, but if they had a someone with maybe faster that was faster with more
Yeah.
pace,
Mm-hmm.
probably we could have had maybe more arrivals at the box,
Yeah.
more square plays. But you find out that most of the time Ronaldo was a bit back,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
But he did. You can also say that he also did well in some aspect because they gave him some balls. He tried. At least he gave an assist for a goal that was cancelled, which was offside,
Yeah.
right? So, but
I
apart
wouldn't really
from
call
that,
that an assist though.
yeah,
Like he tried to
it
score, but he
wasn't an
didn't score.
assist, anyways. It
Yeah.
was cancelled.
So are you on the point? Are you on the standpoint that Ronaldo should not be starting, or
I
are
don't
you?
think he should be starting, but it
Okay.
will be the boldest step
Move.
of any manager to
Yes.
bench Ronaldo. But I feel
Yes.
like just have a conversation with him, bring in Ronaldo for the last 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I think Ronaldo should start. The
yeah,
reason why I feel Ronaldo should start is I don't think Ronaldo should play the full game, but
yeah,
I do think Ronaldo should start because
yeah,
just having Ronaldo come out with the team
yeah.
add some certain level of confidence with the
With
team,
them.
right? Just having Ronaldo on the field gives
Yeah,
the team much confidence because look at when they went one go down, right?
yeah.
Look at Ronaldo's reaction.
It's just like,
He was
guys,
like,
let's go.
he
We'll
was like,
score. Don't worry
like,
about it.
don't worry.
Let's just
Let's take it again.
forget
Don't
about the
worry.
goal.
Let's
Let's just go.
yeah, that kind of
Anyway, he's a
energy,
mentality monster. So,
exactly the
yeah, he's a
mentality
mentality
that he
monster. Yeah,
brings to the team
yeah,
is needed
yeah,
because you're looking at a Portugal team that is very young, right?
yeah,
Most of the players are young. Mendes, how old is
yeah,
he?
yeah,
Rafael, how old is he? Right?
yeah,
You with so much young, talented players, Vitinha, like all these players, you need that strong presence, that
yeah,
star on
yeah.
the pitch to like make people walk, make people do things. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm for
But I could also argue with you and say that
yeah.
Ronaldo is he not holding some of the young guys back? In the sense, I
Mm,
noticed in some of like in this game and
yeah.
some of all the other friendlies, when people play with Ronaldo, they are kind of, especially the younger ones, they are
Mm-hmm.
somehow intimidated. In the sense
Mm.
that they are always
They
thinking,
feel like
"Oh,
they
I
have
have
to
to
do
pass to
well.
Ronaldo. I have to."
Yeah.
You are thinking, if I do this wrong, what would he say? I don't feel
Yeah.
like they are free around him. I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
just my thinking. But I might be wrong. Let us know in the comment what you think. Should Ronaldo be starting in these Euros, or should Roberto Martinez just drop him and bring him on for 20 minutes? That's according to me. But that would be a bold move. Yeah, yeah,
Definitely a
yeah,
bold move.
yeah,
But let's switch our focus over to the France game,
yeah,
France Austria, right? So
yeah,
France Austria played. We saw Golo Kante
yeah,
surprise us really
but
because this is a player that left
yeah,
Chelsea,
yeah,
moved to Saudi.
yeah,
I know nobody when the player goes to Saudi, you don't really think much
yeah.
of
You
them,
think, yeah,
and you
exactly.
see him
He
perform this
was
way, almost like
everywhere. I'm just like, so the question I have for you: did Chelsea make a big mistake by allowing him go?
I think I think a lot of things are just wrong with the whole Chelsea hierarchy, the whole Chelsea
Yeah, yeah,
organization, the whole Chelsea team in general. They're just so confused on direction,
yeah.
right? Like I think they should have given him one more
One
season.
more year.
They could have fought harder to just keep him for another year
No, he
because
wanted to stay.
I
They were
see
the one. I
the
think from
moment.
their own part of on point of view, there was injury concern,
Mhm.
right? But he was gone to Saudi Arabia before he left Chelsea. He recovered for that his recurring injury
Yeah,
after he had his operation. He went to Saudi. He's not really been going on much injuries.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
see him in Euros, he was just everywhere. The speed is still there
everywhere.
at 30 something. Like you're just wondering,
Looking almost like as if he is
oh
in his
my, he can
prime.
even play for Real Madrid as he is.
Yes, he can play for a top European side
As
as he
he
is
is.
right now and still do so well.
Yeah.
Like
So yeah,
it's quite
yeah,
surprising. But
yeah,
Mbappe also is injured, right? Broke
yeah.
his
Broke
nose.
his nose, yeah.
How do you see this affecting the French team in these Euros?
I think it will affect them in the sense that their talisman is not back. But I think it's
Mm,
just one game anyway. So they just have to play without Mbappe. Let's see what
yeah.
they do. I'm curious to see what they do because the match was Austria was good, right?
Yes.
And in the sense that I've not really appreciated like Radnick, the former
Yeah.
Manchester United man. I was like, the guy is rubbish. But
Mm-hmm.
after the Austria game, I appreciated his football. He has a generation of coaches he brought in, like
Mm-hmm.
that follow his school of thought and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
His style of play. Tukus and some of all these guys that came out from Jamie are like the riding, just I say some people are Guardiola followers. Those are
Yes.
like riding. The football was good from Austria. Like Austria is a really difficult side. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of sides definitely have surprised us in these Euros, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And we have sides that obviously are overrated. We have sides that are really underrated. One of the
yeah,
underrated sides, in my opinion, is Netherlands, right?
yeah,
Netherlands is one team that I've mentioned on this podcast that I'm looking forward to seeing them in these Euros because they are a
yeah.
side that they sneak up on you, sneak up on you, sneak up on you. They're in the quarterfinals.
And you,
You're
yeah, that's it.
you're wondering what's going on, right?
Yeah,
Before you know it, they're in finals. You're
they
wondering
might
what's
even
happening.
get to
Where's
the
Netherlands coming from?
semi-finals.
Yeah, Like
And
Netherlands is a,
every time, and you notice, like what you just said now, sorry to cut
yeah,
you short. Every time Netherlands goes to any tournament, people don't look at
yeah,
Netherlands. Like, Netherlands, we'll see where they go. No one is watching them. And they just get
yeah.
to semis, and people are like, oh, Netherlands is the semi-finals. Or Netherlands
How
is the
did this happen?
quarterfinals. So yeah.
How did this
But
happen? But
I
yeah,
believe Netherlands is a dark horse that everyone should watch
yes,
out for. Yeah.
yes,
So
definitely. Everyone needs to watch out for Netherlands.
yeah.
But from one underrated side to a side that I feel are quite overrated. Let's talk about England, right? England versus Serbia. That
Oh,
was a game that revealed a
impact.
whole lot of things with the English team, right? Without Bellingham in this team, I don't think the team is good. I think the team is a bunch of average Premier League players, in my own opinion.
But you could also,
Bellingham is
yeah,
bringing a lot of quality.
yeah. But you could also argue that it's the coach holding them back.
The coach is definitely holding them back.
Yeah, so they have
He's definitely
so
holding
much
them back.
creativity, right? They have so
Yes.
much. They have Eze, they have Kopama on the bench, and
Mm-hmm.
they have a okay. An example is, why were you using Foden as a left winger?
It
When
makes no
you
sense to me. When you can
That's
use Anthony Gordon as the left winger,
use
he's better on the
Gordon.
left wing.
Let the boy cook. Even if you put Watkins there, Watkins will even cook.
Yes.
You right now move Foden to the middle. If you put Bellingham back, there are many options you could have done. Right, Kopama is also there, but apart from that, you could also argue also
Mm-hmm.
is Foden. So because I saw what sometimes I saw Foden trying to play as if he was playing in Man City, where like
Yes,
look and
a
touch,
little bit
and
more.
the person doesn't really know what he wants to do. He's gone into space, but nobody gives him ball, or he's passed the ball into space. The other person doesn't run. So I was just like, bro, calm down. You're not in Man City. You're playing for Gareth Southgate, England's manager, not Guardiola. Just be average. Be average for today, or
Is
just be
yeah, he's a
average.
little. I think he's struggling internally between being a left wing and being a central
Yes,
attacking midfielder
yes.
because you see him cut into the middle a lot. He just keeps cutting inside
And
a lot.
imagine they use Foden. It's very Gareth Southgate, Gareth Southgate has a big issue because you
Yeah.
have Bellingham. He wants to play Bellingham. He wants to play Foden in
Mm-hmm.
the same team. But you can also argue that is he a must he plays both of them? That's a question for you. Must he play both of them? Or can
He doesn't
Bellingham
have
play
to.
deep?
He do, that's
Why
another
use
thing people are saying.
why
Another
Trent
thing
in
people
the
are saying is
midfield?
another thing people are saying is
Yeah,
let Bellingham play deep,
yeah,
right? Why do you need Trent in that midfield?
yeah.
Trent looks uncomfortable. He looks really uncomfortable in that midfield. Why play him? I think it's absolutely unnecessary. To be honest, there are other people that could step into that number 8 and do well. I
Better,
would even play Eberechi Eze in number 8.
better.
I would play Eberechi Eze as a number 8, and I will just put Trent to right back.
It's just not
Trent is just not quality enough to
yeah.
be a permanent midfield
So
player. I
yeah.
can understand
It's
him
an
being inverted,
inverted. Yes, it's better.
inverted fullback.
Yeah.
Is good for him. Inverted
And I feel
right back
like
is good for him.
you see that's the thing. First half England was good, but I
Yeah.
felt like they had the opportunity to. They smelt blood in the first half. They scored, but why don't you go all out? I felt like they now started being conservative. Oh,
Yes.
let's block everywhere. Let's build some walls.
It's almost like as
Block
if
everywhere.
they are trying to just
Hey,
win.
they want to score us. Hey, they want to score. I'm like, what's happening here? Go out and attack these people. It's Serbia you're playing. Ah, God, I was just like, but another thing is that imagine Trent was not even in the game
Mhm.
and he brought in Trent for Kai Walker second half. You unleash Trent,
Yeah,
unleash Kopama. All
but
those
you are at
attacks
risk.
that they had,
But
right?
you are at risk.
But wait, Serbia was attacking them badly.
Mhm.
That's the best time. You see that time, eh? That's the best time. You could have even removed Saka and brought in
Mhm.
Kopama rather than Jared Bowen,
Mm.
right? Okay, you are scared of trends, but
I know why he did that. I know why
okay,
he brought in
leave Kai
Bowen instead.
Walker, but bring in Palmer. If you want, you can bring in Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher is to block the whole place. He's not really going to give
Yeah.
you anything. right? But
Yeah.
bring in Eze or bring in Gordon,
There's so much to pick from.
remove Bellingham,
So
bring.
much talent.
Let's not even go into. If we talk about England, we'll spend like a
Yeah.
whole year
There's
talking
just there's
about
just
them.
so there's just so
But
much
but
talent in the English squad.
could you also argue that England are just starting to, they just put on the gas or the stove to start cooking? Would you have that argument?
I mean, there's so much expectation for on England, and
Yeah,
I think sometimes I feel like it's unfair. But then
yeah,
the game is the game when you have all these talents, right? The talents are
exactly.
undeniable,
Yeah,
right? So we with all those talents comes
they
like a lot
expect
of
more. Yeah.
expectations. Exactly, like you cannot have like a Champions League winner,
Ah,
a treble winner,
come
you
on,
know, all of these
come
things,
on.
all of these kind
Title
of
winners are even in
title
your
winners
team.
in the team. You know, you're having like a player that scored 20 plus goals in the team, Cole Palmer. You know, you're
You
talking
left him
about
on
like
the bench.
you're talking about a Declan Rice that is
Ah,
solid in the midfield, had a very good
and
season.
they had
You can go
Mino.
on and
We
on.
brought him
You
Mino
have a
like,
young sensational star, Kobe Mino. Like there's so much talent
yeah,
that we have
but
to
he
expect
doesn't
so
know how to
a
use
lot
them.
from. Yes,
Yeah.
so it all comes from Southgate not knowing how to use the players that he has. He doesn't
Question.
know how
Let
to
me
use
let
them.
me let me stir up the pot. Do you think Tuchel will be a better England manager than Gareth Southgate?
Wait, would England actually hire a non-English
I don't think so. I think
coach?
it's still a minority. But the thing is that there are no good English coaches. Are you going to get? The only person left now is Graham Potter.
Grandfather actually might even be better than Southgate.
It would be
I'm
not
not going
might.
to lie.
It would
It
be.
might be better than Southgate.
Southgate came from Championship.
Ah,
It's Championship football England are playing currently.
it's just not creative.
Yes, so
It's
that's
not creative at
not
all.
so.
Even it's so bad that like England have find it difficult to make 5 consecutive passes without giving the ball away.
I said it's Championship football they are playing.
It's so bad.
Second division football.
You
That's what
can't counter
England is
attack.
playing. Nothing.
You
And
can't
you
you
find it
play out
difficult
the
to see
back.
what are they trying to do.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So
It's just vibes. It's
yeah.
just all
And
vibes.
their group has Serbia's. That group is a tricky. They will go out of that group, but do you think they will go far? Where do you think? How far
I
will they
think
go in this
I
tournament?
think definitely at least quarterfinals.
Quarters.
I think they'll get to quarterfinal for sure because
Okay.
they are a strong side. I think one thing I can appreciate from them from
Yeah.
this game is that I feel like this is a team that knows how to finish games. So
They do.
they will
They
be
are very professional.
very professional
Mhm.
side.
Yes.
You have a
So
lot of professional
yeah. Yeah.
people on the team. So I think they'll go. I think they'll go far. Let's talk about Belgium, right? Let's talk about specifically Lakaka. Lukaku.
That guy should just hang his boot and go and
Every
sell
single
something
time
on the
I've
streets.
seen Lukaku
Open
in a
shop.
major competition,
You should
I
open
must see
shop.
him doing like this.
He's always doing
Every
like
single time, like this.
or if you
For
don't
those,
pass to him, you always be doing like this, doing his hand like this. Okay, they gave you boy, he had one on one. Score now, brother. No. You had another one. He had like
oh
two
my
one on ones or so.
god,
Score now. When he now miss the chance, he will not do like this.
I don't know what's wrong with
He
him.
will not do his hand like this, like, like you were meant to score with your leg, not your hand. Do you get when the funny thing is that now what he does now is that he wants everybody to pass the ball to him. He will always be doing like this. When you
To
don't
get to
score,
receive the
he will
ball
now do like this, like, oh, that you messed up, you should have passed to me. I'm like, the one they gave you, what did you do with it? You didn't cook, you didn't do anything. So what is the use?
at this point. Let's say,
You should just go. Even Saudi Arabia now,
Should Lukaku be starting in this team?
who are they
Like,
going to
let's talk
use?
about Lukaku starting.
Anyway, they have players to use. They could use Bashwai. Why are you laughing? Man?
Wow, that means the only person that is really like
No, they have
doing
players,
anything
so
Belgium.
they have
Well,
they can even throw De Bruyne there in front as a striker.
as a nine, no, no, no,
What I say?
nah,
Okay, don't
nah,
play with a striker. Don't play
nah.
with
You need somebody. You need De Bruyne is too creative to be a
wait.
striker.
Okay, don't play with any striker.
False nine.
Just keep Doku. Let him cook anywhere. Doku is ready to cook.
Yeah,
That
I
guy
think
cooks.
honestly
He
speaking,
was cooking left, but the goal was
all
his
those
fault.
chances.
The goal was his fault, but he will cook anywhere you put him. Doku.
Yeah.
There's another guy that is on this side. I've forgotten his name. That guy used to cook too. Forgotten his name.
But this is a team too that also has a Jeremy Frimpong, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, Frimpong is also
yeah,
in this team, right?
yeah.
So
So
is like looking at the team, I'm expecting so much from them, to be honest.
yeah.
Like you have talent, but I don't see the highest I see them going is quarterfinals. I don't see them going higher than quarterfinals, in my own opinion. Like with the way things are looking for them.
Okay.
But one offset that happened, or I won't say much of an offset, but definitely unexpected, was Croatia losing to Spain 3-0
But
with
is it
with the
the
amount of experience.
It's like you're disrespecting Spain. No? Are you
I'm not
disrespecting Spain?
disrespecting Spain.
Spain, they are
I'm
senior
just I'm
men.
just respecting Croatia. I'm
Okay.
respecting Croatia.
Okay, you expected to be like Croatia losing 1-0.
I expect it to be quite
Yes,
tough to
yes.
beat Croatia because
But I feel like
they're a
Spain, they
strong
just
side.
had they walk through. There's that their striker that always missing chances. He scored. I don't want to mention his name. He gets me angry, so I don't want to mention.
Yeah.
He gets every Spanish person angry. Right?
Hmm.
So let's not mention his name. Morata. I end up mentioning his name then. But let's move. So the thing is that I don't know. I feel like Croatia they've aged already. So
Hmm.
the question now is that Modric is like 39. I felt like Modric in that midfield felt like walking stick. We should just give him a
Mm.
walking stick. It was bad.
The
You know,
age is
him going
telling.
against Rodri is not just fair.
Yeah, it's
The
not.
fight wasn't fair enough, right? You
It
want to put
wasn't.
him in. Although you can say, oh, he played for it, but Real Madrid have men that would
Hmm.
support him, and but Croatia, they have some aging guys in that place.
And
Aging
that's
guys.
I think that's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
But that's
You would
one thing
think.
with Croatia. You know they always mess up in their first game. The last World Cup happened.
Yes.
It
Yes.
happened. Remember,
Usually like that.
they
They
mess up.
don't do
People were
well.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Croatia will not qualify." You remember, Croatia will not qualify. It's
Yeah.
like they are out. And
Mm.
suddenly, they packaged themselves. They drew the next game and they won the third one. And they went through.
Mm.
And they went. They got to the finals, right?
Yeah.
So, who am I to say that they will not
Yeah.
do the same? And Spain always starts with full gear.
Wait, final of what? Final of the World Cup?
Who was in the final of the World Cup?
No, they were not in the
Okay, no,
final of the
but they
World
were
Cup.
in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got to
The
like semi-finals.
semi-final was,
Yeah.
yeah,
They got, I think it was, who removed them? I think it was Morocco, or who removed them. I'm not sure. But before we deviate off
yeah.
track, let's talk about Lamine Yamal, right? Lamine Yamal is definitely, to me, he's not overhyped. He's not overrated.
Mhm.
For a 16-year-old, he's cooking. He's actually cooking.
What is
And you
it?
can see, man, he's good.
He's
We can't
he's good.
deny
He's
he's a
good. He's
prodigy.
actually good. So
He's slick, his
yeah,
dribbles, his
yeah,
crosses,
he's
his
good.
finishing.
For a
He's actually
16-year-old,
really good.
he's
For a 16-year-old,
very
the
so
vision,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's man,
Back
he's
now, they've
definitely
probably gotten another generational talent. I
yes.
know Real Madrid are shouting about Henry, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, Hendrick is that kind of old-fashioned player, that kind of hustle striker,
Yeah,
and Lamine Yamal just seems very creative, very good doing
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
we definitely would see how that goes.
yeah.
Um,
Italy had a professional performance.
mhm,
The winners of the last Euros, they had a professional performance. They had just been Italy.
mhm.
Not, I wasn't surprised by the way they played. You know how Jorginho is the one that has his eyes like an awl,
It's like the puppet master.
just
It's
cooking
like
like
everything goes
move
through
here.
him.
Like I just like Jorginho is just something else. Like he's good.
That game was
Yeah,
surprising. The
yeah,
Italy game.
yeah,
I was definitely shocked. I mean, I understand like because Italy played Albania, right? And
yeah,
I understand that like Albania had some moments
yeah,
right in the game, but the way Italy pushed them back and the way Italy like immediately they lose the ball, they are winning the ball back.
yeah, yeah.
The defensive compactness,
Was
the
very
way they passed
yeah,
around, everything was so good, and the
really good. Yeah,
puppet master Jorginho was controlling so many things.
yeah,
It is really, really surprised me. They are really, really. I mean, they are defending champions, but still, they're a side that you do not want to be too slick with because
No, they will
if they
kill you.
score you,
Hey, they lock shop.
that's it. You
Everywhere
won't
is locked,
score.
locked up.
You
Nothing.
actually would not.
Yeah.
Wow, that was actually a very interesting game.
I think
Perhaps.
another
Mhm.
game that we didn't talk about was Turkey, Georgia. It
Yes.
was really good. Georgia were just unlucky, but anyways, they were not just good enough. Turkey tried. Like that game, you could not separate them like till the last minute. They missed a lot. Georgia missed a lot of chances, but I hope they go
Mhm.
far. This is their first. They
Mm.
scored their scored their first goal of a tournament, right?
Yeah.
Their coach has made history. So even if they leave the tournament, they've scored a goal.
At least. At least.
They scored. So yeah,
Yeah, that definitely.
yeah,
Maybe we're judging these teams too harshly, given like it's the first
yeah,
match. These are their first games,
yeah,
and obviously some teams have a very slow start,
yeah,
and you expect that they won't perform as well as the expectation.
yeah,
So the teams that we're definitely looking out for in this competition to expect better than or to expect up to our expectations, we know them in our head. But
yeah.
I will just have you tell me some of the teams that you be looking out for
Mm.
in these Euros, at least whether or not they lost in their first game or not, but you just be looking out for them, having that expectation of like they would improve or get better
I
as
think
the competition progresses.
I think the host Germany,
Okay.
Spain might end up disappointing us. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Italy will always be professional. They are Italy. England would
Yeah.
improve if Gareth
Okay.
Southgate will remove the chains he's put them on. He's chained them to
Mm.
a chair. If he can just allow them, unleash these guys, let them
Yeah.
be free. Do you get? England
Mm-hmm.
will improve. Netherlands, they are dark horses,
Mm-hmm.
right? France will always be France. Come on, and probably we could also throw in maybe Romania into the mix.
That's that's interesting. That's actually interesting. Talked about Germany. Let's focus on Germany.
Yeah,
They are the host country.
yeah,
There's a lot of expectations,
yeah.
but they have the team to achieve it to some extent.
We'll
They
see.
do have the team to achieve it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of their standout players. Let's talk about Musiala. What do you think about him?
He's Musiala is really good. Like he's really, really good. He scored a goal. I think he had an assist too. And to say that Bayern Munich got him from Chelsea, right, on a cheap, it's just so surprising. Right? Bayern Munich wants to buy everybody on a cheap now, but anyways, they have really good. In fact, I if Germany doesn't get to the quarterfinal or even semis, they failed
Hmm.
in these Euros.
Yeah.
Minimum should be semis because it's their house and they have the players. You
Hmm.
have Harvard starting or Fulcrum. Do you get
Hmm.
what that Fulcrum can be your top nine? Fulcrum will enter any team, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so I expect much from Jamie, right? So yeah.
So do you think Harvard should be starting over Fulcro, or do you think Fulcro should be starting instead?
If the coach can find a way to use both, which I think is not possible because of the creative people you have on that team. But the
Yeah.
thing is that Harvard is not predictable.
Hmm.
Fulcrum is a senior man. And you know what senior men do. It's just like you bring Giroud from the bench or you
Yes.
start Giroud. You know what Giroud will do, and you can't stop him from doing it. They call those guys senior men. Benzema, when he was then, right, in Real
Yeah.
Madrid, he's a senior man. You know what Benzema would do. He will still do
Yes.
it, and there's nothing you can do.
Hmm.
So those kind of guys, full crew is in that category where you just say these guys are senior men. Let them play. You know what they will do. You can't stop them. You give
Hmm.
him ball when he's there, he will score. He's more likely to score than Harvard.
Yes. That's
Right?
true.
So Harvard scored a penalty, but we'll see.
That's
Yeah.
true. I mean, this Euros definitely has been so far
Yeah.
surprising. Like I said, we had some expectations. Some teams have not yet delivered to what we expect.
Fact, they've
We're
not.
seeing how the rest of the games will go.
Yeah.
Match day one has been played for all the teams. In
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
we've seen the results. We've seen teams struggle to the end. Some
Yeah.
teams, have to force like a slim goal margin 2-1, 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've also seen teams come up and pull a surprise.
Yeah.
Beat sides we don't expect them to beat. But at the end of the day, we'll be here to cover more of the Euros. So you guys
Definitely.
subscribe, like, turn on
Like,
the post
especially
notification
if you like the
button.
video, click on the like button. It helps YouTube like push the channel, and subscribe, share with someone.